and welcome to Weekly World Climate Change News, and here are the stories making the headlines. Melting glaciers spotted in Nepal. Space tourism causes climate damage than aviation industry. Climate change forces Maasai communities to keep bees. Water shortage in Western Kenya due to climate change. Climate change biggest threat in Lake Victoria Basin. Scientists oppose the development of gas fields in the North Sea. Canada bans single-use plastics, and climate change forces elephants to invade human habitats. And here are the stories in detail. Space tourism industry may have a bigger climate effect than aviation industry. This would reverse repair to the protective ozone layer if left unfettered. Rocket launches are regularly compared to air pollutant emissions and greenhouse gas from the aircraft industry. Soot specks from rocket launches have a much bigger climate effect than aircraft and other earthly sources, which shows that there shouldn't be as many rocket launches as international flights to have an equivalent impact on climate. A discussion among experts in the field is urgently required for regulating the swiftly growing industry. One of the biggest consequences of climate change is the fast melting of the glaciers around the world. On Everest, close to the base camp of Khumbu glaciers, experts found ice thinning at a rate of 1 meter per year. Researchers say melting water destabilizes the glacier and the base camp is at risk because crevasses are increasingly appearing. Nepal's government recommends moving the base camp 200 meters to 400 meters lower than the actual camp, which is located at an altitude of 5.364 meters. Due to the consequences of climate change, the Maasai community in Laikipia County has decided to maintain bees as an alternative to cattle rearing. Severe droughts in northern Kenya have killed thousands of animals, leaving pastoralists distraught. Some residents of the community have organized a cooperative organization of 352 people who raise bees. They are also in charge of protecting Mukogodo woodland, where bees go to harvest nectar. According to some members, beehives provide far more advantages than animals, which are frequently stolen by cattle rustlers and perish during dry seasons. Poor communities in Western Kenya are experiencing severe water shortages. Inadequate protection of natural water sources has led them to dry up. Water levels in wells and streams have been reported to be extremely low, with the little available smelling bad. Residents spent many hours queuing for water just to receive a few liters that are contaminated. Gold mining, pollution, and deforestation are just a few of the numerous issues that have caused rivers to dry up, resulting in lower Lake Victoria water levels. Climate change continues to have a severe influence in the Lake Victoria Basin in Nyanza, Kenya. Droughts, extended dry seasons, irregular rainfall, and severe winds have plagued the region throughout the years. According to local officials, the average yearly temperature has risen by 10 degrees between 1950 and 2016. Crop failures, water scarcity, and animal mortality have all been typical in the region. East African scientists, however, have devised a project titled Adaptation to Climate Change in Lake Victoria, with the goal of controlling the obstacles caused by climate change. 432 scientists addressed an open letter to the Dutch government criticizing its decision to start developing gas fields in the North Sea together with the Federal Republic of Germany. According to scientists, the plan is contrary to the desire to keep global warming within 1.5 degrees. The authorities of the Frisian Islands had previously opposed the development of a gas field in the North Sea. They are also concerned about the possible consequences for nature and the inhabitants of the island. The government of Canada has released the final regulations banning 6 single-use plastics and their export. This was a result of environmental activists demanding the federal government for years to take steps in reducing plastic pollution. Environmental groups such as Environmental Defense welcomed the decision but want much more to be done. Banning single-use plastic is the most effective way to prevent plastic piling up in landfills and threatening wildlife. The largest plastic makers in Canada are suing the federal government to prevent meaningful federal action addressing the plastic pollution problem. Thailand has about 3 to 4,000 wild elephants. Deforestation after the increase of commercial agriculture has moved elephants into increasingly fragmented tracts of habitat. Climate change is bringing additional complications as evolving environmental conditions cause changes in distribution and behavior of elephants. In rural areas where people rely on agriculture, this human-elephant conflict may increase in the future. Research, including different scenarios while using a risk framework, is being done to help develop planning strategies in affected settlements and raise awareness in which wildlife and humans can coexist. Thank you for watching Weekly World Climate Change News. See you next week and goodbye.